Johnny Depp is officially back in the center of Hollywood conversation, and not in the quiet indie film way either. We're talking comeback movies, reboot rumors, surprise transformations, celebrity drama, and the kind of whispers that keep entertainment blogs alive at 3 a.m. Whether you love him, doubt him, or just enjoy watching chaos unfold in real time, Depp is once again one of the most talked about names in the industry. And what's wild is that this moment feels bigger than just another movie release. It feels like a career reset, or maybe a career gamble. For years, Depp existed in a strange Hollywood limbo, too famous to disappear, too controversial for studios to fully embrace, and too iconic for fans to forget. But now, suddenly, he's everywhere again. New films, viral set photos, rumored franchise returns, and of course, gossip. Lots of it. Some of it feels real, some of it feels completely insane, and some of it might actually turn out to be true. Let's start with the project that has Hollywood insiders quietly admitting they didn't see coming. Johnny Depp as Ebenezer Scrooge. Yes, that Ebenezer Scrooge. When the first images leaked from the set of Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol, people didn't even recognize him. White hair, hollowed face, dark, sunken eyes. The internet lost its mind. Fans were split between "this is brilliant casting" and "why does this look terrifying?" But one thing was clear. Depp wasn't easing his way back into mainstream cinema. He wasn't playing safe. He wasn't doing a rom-com cameo or a nostalgic reboot. He was going full transformation mode. Insiders say this version of A Christmas Carol isn't your standard holiday comfort movie either. It's darker, grittier, more psychological. And Depp's Scrooge reportedly leans less towards charming grump and more towards haunted, broken soul. The studio hasn't officially dropped a trailer yet, but early test screening rumors claim audiences either loved it or found it unsettling, which honestly feels very on brand for Depp. Hollywood executives watching this closely say this film isn't just about box office numbers. It's about whether Depp can carry a mainstream studio release again without controversy overshadowing the project. And so far, the buzz alone suggests studios are paying attention. But that's just one piece of the comeback puzzle. The other quietly building hype behind the scenes is Daydrinker, a gritty crime thriller where Depp stars alongside Penelope Cruz and Madeline Klein. The movie reportedly follows a mysterious drifter pulled into a dangerous underworld aboard a luxury cruise ship. Think neo-noir meets sun-drenched paranoia. Production wrapped last year, and insiders say the studio is positioning it as a prestige thriller rather than a blockbuster, which might actually work in Depp's favor. Early leaks from crew members suggest Depp's performance is restrained, cold, and intense, a big shift from his more eccentric characters like Jack Sparrow or Willy Wonka. That's important, because some critics have argued for years that Depp leans too hard into quirks and mannerisms. If Daydrinker lands the way insiders claim, it could quietly reposition him as a serious dramatic actor again. And yet, none of this is what fans are actually talking about most. They're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, because of course they are. The Jack Sparrow rumors refuse to die, and now they're louder than ever. For months, reports have been floating around that Disney is developing a Pirates reboot centered on a younger generation, possibly Jack Sparrow's son, possibly a new lead entirely. But here's where things get interesting. Multiple entertainment insiders have hinted that Disney executives are at least open to Depp returning in some capacity, whether as a cameo, supporting role, or full comeback. Now, officially, Disney hasn't confirmed anything. Depp hasn't confirmed anything. No contracts announced, no press statements, nothing concrete. But that hasn't stopped fans from connecting dots, especially after industry whispers suggested Disney was tracking social media reactions to Depp's recent projects, and the engagement numbers were massive. Some insiders claim Disney is in a tricky spot. Pirates without Jack Sparrow feels risky. Pirates with Jack Sparrow feels controversial. But Pirates with Jack Sparrow after a redemption-style comeback? That might actually be box office gold. There's also been speculation about a deal structure where Depp wouldn't be the lead, but instead pass the torch to a new generation, allowing Disney to keep the brand while slowly testing audience comfort levels. Whether that's true or not, the fact that these rumors won't go away suggests conversations are happening behind closed doors, even if no one wants to admit it publicly yet. And then there's the wildcard project nobody expected. Reports surface that Depp is producing and possibly starring in an English-language adaptation of the Master and Margarita, the famous Russian novel known for its surreal themes, dark satire, and supernatural elements. The project is still early in development, but insiders claim Depp has been quietly passionate about this story for years. If this moves forward, it wouldn't be a blockbuster play, it would be an artistic one, the kind of film that festivals love and studios pretend not to understand until it wins awards. What's fascinating is the pattern here. None of Depp's current projects feel random, they feel deliberate. Transformational role, gritty thriller, literary adaptation, and maybe, just maybe, a legendary franchise return if the stars align. This isn't a chaotic comeback, it looks calculated. But Johnny Depp news is never just about movies, it's about drama. And right now, Depp is once again somehow getting dragged into celebrity chaos he didn't even start. Recently, leaked text messages connected to a completely unrelated Hollywood dispute involving Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds somehow referenced Depp in passing. That alone was enough for gossip sites to explode with headlines like "Johnny Depp dragged into shocking celebrity feud" and "Depp's name surfaces in bizarre Hollywood drama." To be clear, Depp wasn't actually involved in the conflict. He wasn't named as a target, he wasn't accused of anything new, but the internet doesn't care about context, it cares about clicks. And suddenly, Depp's name was trending again alongside celebrities he hadn't publicly interacted with in years. It didn't help that paparazzi photos of Depp began circulating around the same time, showing him looking noticeably thinner, older, and more withdrawn. Some tabloids immediately jumped to speculation about his health, his finances, and his lifestyle. Others spun it into "Johnny Depp looks unrecognizable after Hollywood exile." Meanwhile, fans defended him, saying he simply looks like a man in his 60s who's been through hell and doesn't care about filters. And then, of course, the money rumors started again. Celebrity finance profiles resurfaced analyzing Depp's net worth, past lawsuits with former business managers, and claims about extravagant spending habits. Some outlets framed it as Depp's fortune nearly gone, while others insisted he's still extremely wealthy but simply restructuring his lifestyle. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but once again, the narrative was less about facts and more about fascination. People love the rise, fall, rise arc, especially when it involves pirates, courtrooms, and unpredictable behavior. What makes this moment even more chaotic is how divided public opinion still is. On one side, you've got fans who see Depp as a survivor of industry exile, someone who lost massive roles, faced public humiliation, and is now clawing his way back through talent alone. To them, every new project is proof of redemption. On the other side, you've got critics who argue his return shouldn't be celebrated so easily, pointing to past controversies and unresolved debates about accountability, power, and celebrity privilege. To them, Hollywood welcoming Depp back feels less like redemption and more like selective amnesia. And then there's the massive group in the middle, people who don't really care about the politics and just want good movies. That group might end up deciding Depp's future more than anyone else, because if Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol flops, if Daydrinker underperforms, and if Pirates rumors never materialize, the comeback narrative collapses. But if even one of these projects hits big, suddenly Depp isn't controversial comeback star, he's just Johnny Depp again. And in Hollywood, perception matters more than history. Behind the scenes, sources claim studios are watching audience reactions closely, not just box office numbers, but social media sentiment, comment sections, and engagement metrics. If Depp's name starts driving positive buzz instead of backlash, doors that were quietly closed for years may reopen fast. And there's another twist. Some insiders claim Depp has been turning down more projects than he's accepting, not because he can't get work, but because he doesn't want to play safe roles anymore. He's reportedly uninterested in generic action films, predictable dramas, or franchise filler. Instead, he's chasing characters that feel strange, dark, or emotionally broken, roles that match the version of himself audiences now associate with. That's why the Scrooge casting actually makes sense. That's why the noir thriller works. That's why the Master and Margarita feels believable. It's not about rebuilding a blockbuster empire, it's about reshaping a legacy. But of course, the internet doesn't talk about legacy, it talks about fights, and Johnny Depp's name still pulls clicks like few others. Online rumors continue to swirl about possible feuds with former collaborators, awkward encounters at film festivals, and behind-the-scenes tension on past productions. Some stories claim certain actors refuse to work with him, others claim major directors are lining up to collaborate privately. None of this is officially confirmed, but it feeds into the same narrative machine that's followed Depp for decades: the brilliant genius, the chaotic artist, the unpredictable star. Even his personal life keeps sparking curiosity. Despite staying mostly out of public relationships lately, paparazzi photos of Depp with various women instantly trigger speculation about secret romances, new partners, or emotional rebounds. Some fans hope he's finally found peace, others claim he's isolating himself. In reality, Depp seems intentionally